Hello friends, I'm FIDE instructor Atul Dahale and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to see a crushing game played by the former world chess champion Vladimir Kramnik. Vladimir Kramnik is the Russian grandmaster who became the world chess champion in the year of 2000 after defeating the famous, or you can say the one of the strongest player of chess history, Garry Kasparov. Yes guys, it is a big thing for any player to defeat Garry Kasparov. And one more interesting thing about Kramnik I want to tell you, that Garry Kasparov was actually the coach of Kramnik. And once a student beats the teacher, it becomes like a very great thing, right? So that's what it is all about. And another thing is also there, Kramnik was very famous right from his childhood because he was involved in Russian Olympiad team when he was just 16 years old, guys. That is something which is very rare when it comes to the Russian team. And the game which we are going to see is also very special because in this game Kramnik breakthroughs in the center and he shows the power of his pieces when they are having so much of space and everything, what to do, what not to do. So guys, without further delay, we'll be getting straight to the game. But before we go further, I would like to tell you that don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel if you are new here. So the game starts with knight f3. In this game, Kramnik is white in his legendary opponent Alexander Beliavsky is black. This game was played in Belgrade 1995. Black plays d5. Kramnik goes for g3. Fianchetto structure, which is very famous also, which was played by many top players in the past. So c6, bishop to g2. One thing again I want to tell you, that this structure which happens with knight f3, bishop g2, g3, all these things are there. It is also called as the Reti structure. Okay. So bishop comes to g4 square, white castles, and now knight d7. Now in order to take control of the central square, because black is now threatening e5, until now e5 was not possible, but now in order to control the center, he plays d4 move. Okay. Black plays e6. Now he gets the knight in this game with knight d2. Black plays f5. The structure which black is opting for, this c6 d5 e6 f5 structure, is called as the stone wall structure. Okay, it's like the stone wall which is very difficult to break. But in this game, Kramnik actually shows that this wall can be breached, it can be broken, and that's why he is going to take one breakthrough. Because to break something which is very solid and completely stable, you can say, you need to break through in that thing. So here Kramnik first of all attacks the pawn on d5 with c4 move. Okay, then black plays bishop d6. Very obvious, he wants to develop a piece, that's why he develops it. Then queen comes to b3 square, attacking the pawn on b7, as well as the c into d5 is also one of the things in the position. So black plays rook b8, supporting the pawn. There is also one more interesting idea is there, that to play queen b6 and thinking that okay, maybe here queen into b6 if you play, then a into b6 will be played, and black will be having some compensation, you can say, or some play on the a file. But white has a nice idea, that is queen to e3. And after queen e3, the point is that e6 pawn is being attacked, that is one thing. And also c5 is the threat where white will be getting at least a piece in the position. Okay, so queen b6 is actually a very bad move in this case. So here he plays rook b8, and after rook to b8, Kramnik simply develops a piece in the center, rook to e1. I tell this thing quite often in my other videos also, that in the starting phase of the game we need to control the center and we need to develop our pieces as quickly as possible. And all the top players, they always follow this kind of things. Okay, so in order to play a good game, you need to follow basic principles, guys. Never forget about this thing. Now black plays knight to h6. Okay, you might ask me like, why not knight f6? Well, knight f6 was definitely one of the possibilities in this position, but I think that knight g5 is the move which was annoying for black. Now queen e7 needs to be played in order to save the pawn on e6, and then f3 will be played, bishop will go to h5 square, and e4 breakthrough is coming. And maybe because of this breakthrough which is coming in the center of the board, black did not go for knight f6. He played knight to h6 in this position. By playing knight h6, here black is stopping knight g5 move, which is fair enough. Now here after knight h6, what to do? Kramnik has already played rook to e1, and as I just showed you in previous variation, e4 is one of the moves which needs to be played. So to prepare e4, in this case he first of all played c into d5. Now ed5 if you play, obviously this complete file is opened up, and this queen's diagonal is also quite strong, so e5 is not that cool. Okay, so he plays c into d5, and after this he plays h3. Well, he's asking this bishop the simple question like what you would like to do. One thing is there that black can capture on f3. Another thing is like he can go back. Let's see, if he captures on f3, then we have bishop into f3 also, or even f into e3 is also a good idea, because after f into e3, e into f3, rook into e6 is one of the threats, and black needs to defend that thing. Another thing is that the pawn on e6 is pinned, so queen into d5 is also one of the threat, and black will be placed in a little bit uncomfortable position. That's what I will say. Means, you know, only way to stop all these things is like king f7 is one of the ideas where everything will be stopped, but I won't like this position for playing from the black side. So here he played bishop h5, which is a very normal move. And now in this position, Kramnik goes for the pawn breakthrough, which I was talking about, because you can see that the bishop is developed, knight is developed, this knight is there, the queen is there, the rook is there, but one thing is there from black side, that his king is in the center. So white is more developed in this position, and when we are more developed, what we need to do? We need to take advantage of our development. And how to take the advantage of the development? You can take advantage of development by breaking through, or you can say by opening up the game. That's why Kramnik goes for e4 move, trying to open up the game. Now one thing is quite sure that you cannot really capture here, because queen into e6 is one of the ideas, or the move which was there, which was played in the game, the famous means, okay, I can play knight g5 also, but I'll come to that variation afterwards. But queen e6 is definitely one of the ideas in the position. Okay, so he will not go into that thing. If black plays bishop into f3 in this case, then we have bishop into f3. If f into e3, then white is ready to sacrifice a piece in the center, because once he sacrifices the piece, then black will be in a very difficult position. Okay, rook into e4 is coming, and so on. This is just like the game position, so we'll not go into that thing exactly now, because I want to show you a very important variation now. F into e4 was played in the game. Okay, so after f into e4, what to do? This is the main thing which I want to show you from this game. So now Kramnik decided to sacrifice a piece by playing knight to g5. Here obviously the knight is completely free, and black can just pick up the knight. But if black captures the knight, there is some problem. This bishop is there, can you see? It is attacking on g5. So white has a nice move, that is knight captures e4. By playing knight captures e4, he is also opening up the rook's file. Okay, so now queen e7 is the one of the moves, and after queen e7, what to do? Bring out a new piece in the game. So Kramnik had planned to play bishop to g5. Now okay, queen f8 if you play, then queen d5 is the move, and black's structure in the center is just collapsing. Maybe he can play bishop e7, then we have knight d6 check. If bishop into d6 is played, we have rook into e6 check. Bishop e7 is forced, and now we can go for rook into e7, and white will be winning the queen, and with it the game also, because we can play queen into h5, or first we'll bring the rook and then we'll capture, and white is just winning. Okay, so queen f8 is not the idea. Maybe knight f6 is something which maybe black can go for, but after knight to f6, knight d6 is the idea. Queen into d6, and now he can play bishop f4. Definitely in this position, after queen d8, bishop into b8, queen into b8, it is white who is dominating, because black is losing the right to castle. Plus his pieces are very active with rook a1. The pawn on d5 is also going to fall very soon, and look at black's pieces, they are not well coordinated. Okay, so all these things were completely not possible. Another idea is like instead of capturing on g5, maybe black can play queen e7. Possible, right? But then white has another good move, that is knight captures e6, because after queen into e6, very nice move is there. Can you find out move? Yes guys, you have spotted right, I guess so. That is rook captures e4, and if you capture, obviously the queen will be gone with queen into e6, and if you don't capture, then also it's kind of difficult, because white will just play rook to e1. The pawn on d5 is going to fall, plus the bishop on e5 is not going to survive forever. Okay, so queen e7 is also out of question. So here finally black understood that he cannot really capture the knight on g5, which is a free piece, so he plays bishop f7. Now again, what to do? We need to break through in the center, right? We have sacrificed one pawn, the knight has jumped to g5 square. Now should we just settle down in the position? Obviously not. Kramnik did not have any kind of such intentions. He was ready to sacrifice the piece with knight e4, because now the bishop's diagonal is also opened up, and if, as it was happened in the game also, if d into e4, then we can play knight captures on e6. Now the queen is being attacked. Obviously if we capture bishop into e6, which happened in the game, we'll see what is going to happen. But if you play queen e7, which is also a possibility in this position, simple rook into e4, and black's king cannot really go anywhere, and it is going to just collapse very soon. Okay, so bishop into e6 was played. Now queen captures on e6 with a check. If queen e7 is played, now rook into e4. If black captures queen into e6, the threat was actually to play queen into d6. Okay, so if queen e6 is played, the rook captures e6, bishop is being attacked, so bishop e7 is a very viable option. Then white can go for bishop into h6, and now if gh6 is played, then rook e1 will be played, and white will be getting the bishop on e7 back. And you can see white is having plenty of pawns in the game, and white should be winning that game. So okay, king f7 is also one of the options which I think is possible. Rook a e1, then bishop d4 will be played. Then now the bishop comes in the center. If bishop into e1, then rook into e1, and king g6, and okay, bishop g7, king g7, and rook e7 check. King will be coming here, and rook d7 with plenty of pawns on the board. Even though white is exchanged down, I will still prefer this position playing from the white side, because it is very overwhelming position. Plus black's king is also not really well placed in the game. Okay, so in the game, instead of capturing on e6 or anything, he went for king to d6, and now the final move of the game was queen d5. It is kind of surprising, right? Like we don't understand. Means when I looked at this game for the first time, I did not really understand why is he just resigning the game. But when I went a little bit deeper, then I understood that black is kind of helpless. If he plays, let's suppose queen f8 in this position, which is a possibility, then we can play rook e6, attacking the bishop here, and after, let's suppose he plays bishop c7, then we can play give the check. King will come here, and rook c1. The king is going to be massacred very soon, because we have the move of bishop f4, and this bishop is being attacked, and another moves are also there. Okay, the queen is attacking over here, and black is kind of helpless, because the queen can also not come in the game and defend everything, and the possibility of rook into c7 followed by queen c4 is also there. Let's suppose you play some random move, maybe knight f7, then rook c7 is the move, king into c7, and then we can play okay, here several moves are there, but this is the most artistic move, rook c6, bc6, and queen into c6 is going to be a check and mate. So that is also not there. Okay, and let's suppose you play knight f6 here. After knight d5, if you play knight to f6 attacking queen and the rook, then also it will be kind of good, because we have rook into e7, knight captures on d5, then rook e6, the bishop is being attacked. Maybe he will play knight f5, but okay, we are just getting the piece back, and I guess this should be winning for white very soon, because he is having more material, plus he has two bishops, plus black's king is in the center. Okay, so in a way I will say that it was kind of difficult. That's why after queen to d5, black just resigned the game, and Kramnik won the game because of the pawn breakthrough which happened in the center of the board. So guys, I hope that you enjoyed this game. Do like this video and share this video with your friends also, and if you are not subscribed to my channel, you can definitely subscribe. Thank you for watching. We'll be meeting very soon with some new video. Till then, take care, goodbye, and love you all.